welcome back to yet another live stream where I am making my way to level 99. For a second I forgot how words work. Alright, let's switch right over to the console. I might have almost fallen asleep about like 5 minutes ago, and then I'm like, hey, it's time to get some level grind going. And not just any level grind, the level grind that'll hit us up to level 51. Ain't that grand? As per usual, time to get totally wailed on by a couple of dusks in order to get my health down to half, so then I can get more XP out of them. It's a circle of life, so I can get the experience. Oh, that one was kind of bad. Oh well. I never said I was perfect at coming up with parodies. Come on. There we go. Okay, that should get us off to a good start. Perfect. We got below 5,000 XP remaining just yesterday, so we are definitely clear for takeoff as long as I don't have, like, the longest distraction in the world. And even if I do get the longest distraction in the world, guess what? I'm gonna still go for it anyway, because it's already written on the notification and the title. Aye! It's already on the total and the notification. Total? Title. Good lord. But basically, it's also all the... Yeah. I already put the number on everything. I've committed to it. We're getting this done. We are going to level 51 today. It's happening. And then it'll be another long trek to the next one. But that's par for the course. That is par for the course. Come on, bring it on. I think there was only 1-4 out of all of those, which is pretty good. Oh my goodness. Guess who needs a nap? It's me. I started on my journey of the 3rd season of Star Trek. I only watched 1 episode today. I was a little bit drained today, so that's part of the reason. That reminds me, I also need to make some food. Again. I have food, but I need to make more later. So that's gonna be fun. Nice little activity for me later. Keeps me active. Might make myself some popcorn actually, just to sate my hunger. No, I think I actually need to eat a proper dinner. Ah, crap. Darn it. Well, sucks to be me anyway. I will live. I will live. Oh my god. Ugh. I was just talking to someone today about how every time I live stream, I like start getting really sleepy and relaxed because this is surprisingly very calming for me. This is one of the most relaxing things I get to do in the day. Just sit down, beat up the same 10 dusks over and over, and slowly make progress towards level 99. This is forever insane. I love doing this thing. Oh my god. Now if I could just not do 20 yawns in a row, that would be grand. Not even 10 minutes in and we're already in sleep mode. We're close to. Ah! Hiccups. Close to hiccups too. But you know what I got? I've got water, and I can drink that to help. Alright. Joke's on you. I can mitigate the problem by playing with one hand on the controller and the other drinking my water. Maybe if I pay attention to the screen though, I can actually go in the right direction. Why does water have to be so damn good? I mean, I know it's necessary for life. That's probably why it's so damn good. Best thing in the world. Oh my gosh. I keep thinking there are bugs on me. There was actually an instance earlier today where there was in fact a bug standing on me, and I did not appreciate it. Not in the slightest. I did not. I was like, yeah, you're getting evicted. And eliminated. It's a combo. Ah, what a time. What a time indeed. Good Lord, doing a lot of thinking. I keep thinking there's a bug on me because of this just one time. All it takes is one bug to be on me at least once, and then I think I have bugs on me for the rest of the evening. It's the most obnoxious thing on the world. Me no likey. There we go. Nice. We're already about 300 in and we're barely 10 minutes in. I don't think I should start pacing by hundreds. I need to stay pacing at per stream, like per session, between 4,000 and 5,000 XP, because if I try to do it for anything else, I will drive myself insane. You gotta make the division numbers a little bit bigger so then they're easier to comprehend. And it makes it feel like there's a lot less of them. Does that make sense? Like, for example, when I started going through this level, instead of counting, okay, like, I don't know what I was counting before, how many dusks remaining or something like that, how many back and forths, I just started counting by sessions instead. And only when I get towards the quote-unquote end game of the level, as in for getting to the next level, do I start counting by that. But otherwise, I count by sessions, and either I'm dividing by 4,000 or 5,000 by whatever XP is remaining at the end of each stream or the beginning. One of the two. And in this particular case, this is the session where we switch over. Yay! We'll be at level 51. Out of 99. We've still got approximately, after today, 48? Yeah, 48. We'll have 48 levels to go. And the gap between each level is going to continue to grow. Such is the life. I may have to mute up again for another session of coughing fits. My gosh. I wish I wouldn't, but unfortunately, the brain decided a coughing fit was the best choice of action. Thank you, brain. It's very helpful. Ooh. Goodness grief. You know what's funny is I started the next TNG the next episode, the first episode of season 3, and I keep forgetting every time that they do manage to resolve some conflicts. Like there are some conflicts that like come out with an answer, but it goes into each like episode storyline with understanding. It's not like it's gonna like linger and like people are just they're just people, you know. If that makes sense. I keep forgetting that and it always throws me off and I'm like, oh right, I forgot where we're at. Things will work out some way or another. Maybe not perfectly, but they'll work out in some way. Can't tell if it's a hangnail or a splinter or what. Oh, I probably should have let him hit me. Oh well. Now I really need to take some damage. Hello. Can you hit me, please? Thank you. Yay! I haven't practiced in a very long time, but one of these days I should really practice the notes of the flute and try to get good at it again. I kind of just half learned and then slacked off for the rest of it. I think if I actually practiced, I would be at least proficient. Not perfect, but proficient. Decent enough to do stuff. And then I could do jazz. I could do a jazz flute. Be kind of fun. Jazz is fun. Especially the improvisation bits. It's especially funny when improvisation bits happen and you just know that one of the soloists is just going absolutely ham and everybody's trying to keep up. Those are the funniest things. It's extra good when not only are like not just one but like two or three, like everybody's just trying to keep up with each other, but it's all working out. That's the good stuff right there with when jazz gets good. I did mention Rage making a jazz-y song. It's not quite the rhythm of jazz. Just by eyeballing it, it's a little too form-fitting, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe there's something that's just way too on beat. I think that's my problem. I'll have to figure out how to do the offbeat thing so it works. Wahoo! It's a little early for Wahoo. Usually I jump down the stairs, not towards the enemy. Alright, excellent. We're making steady progress so far. I think I'd be a bit more jumping around and enthusiastic, but gosh darn it, the TOD tiredness is hitting like a truck. And there is something that is bugging me again. I have fixed it. There we go. I have resolved the problem. Oh, for a second I thought the clock broke again. Nope. It's still active. I'm so used to it now I barely even notice it anymore. Unless it's like dead quiet, then I can hear it. But otherwise I'm like, oh yeah, the clock's moving again. Time moves forward. As do I. Nice. We'll get to below 4,000 very shortly. That's a 230. There's about 40, approximately 40 XP left, so that's 190, provided that I manage to pull this off. $4,190. Let's see if I can get that. Come on. Oh, this is perfect. Thank you. Nice. I told y'all, I'm getting scary with numbers now. It's actually a nice little change of pace. Funny thing, I still have the overlay thing set up for the calculator. I just have to reopen the calculator window to get it to work. But it's there. It's available. Nice, 2 for 1. Alrighty. So, based on that, if I do this right, I should be at 4,110? Yes. If I do this right, I'll be at 4,110. I'm having fun with this. You might be able to tell. Also, it's good stimulation for the brain to do some active math problems, and I'm doing them a lot faster now. Because that's 4,134. I got 2 8s out of that, so if I get the proper 24 with these 3, that should give me 4,110. Got to get a little bit more damage, though. Thank you for your contribution to my cursed science project. I haven't said that in a long time. Not since the early days when I was joking about bingo cards. I still have the template, I just am trying to figure out how to make the bingo card. Plus, chances are something's gonna change over time. That's just how it goes. So, approximately 3 back and forths until below 4,000? Yeah. That sounds about right. Because if I do this right, yeah, that would be... I think something in 20. Nope, it's 50. No, it's not. It's 30. I might still need a little practice. But that's why we practice. And I was able to evaluate very quickly that nope, I did not remember right. I just needed to do a little bit more thinking. Thinking time. At some point I do need to resolve my little multi-monitor problem, but I think I know how to do it. Yeah, I think I know how to do it. I just have to reshuffle the configuration, that's all. It shouldn't be too hard, thank goodness. Can it video capture itself? As long as the desktop audio isn't on, that might work. Because then it won't double back. I would just need to change from the console. Oh wait, no, I need the splitter. Shit, I forgot it. I keep forgetting I need a splitter for the to be able to pull off what I want to pull off. Because if I want to use 2 monitors, normally when I had the dual monitor set up, it was because I had a laptop plugged in, so the laptop automatically already has a monitor. But this does not, so I need to have a resolution for that. Either that or I need a DisplayPort to HDMI. That's what I would need. DisplayPort to HDMI. But I think this, well, then again, what if the splitter just straight up doesn't work because it doesn't like certain things? That could be a problem. Also, I need to ensure that DisplayPort will actually port the, not just visual, but audio visual. I can look it up. I could look up DisplayPort. Is DisplayPort no. Okay, so I would need... Okay, good. Excellent. I can get an adapter for that. Nice. This is a worthy distraction, by the way. Alright, there we go. Whee! Wahoo! Okay, so once again I have to adapt, and I have to obtain another adapter. God dang it. I thought I was done with this. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Because I needed the... Uh-oh. Now I could be wrong. But was that a lag spike I just missed? But I don't see any drops on there, so was it a YouTube side thing? YouTube, did you have problems? Oh, it did! Damn. Yeah, it just jump cuts. Huh. What the hell? And it gave no indication of frame drops on OBS's side, so something happened with the connection to YouTube. I wonder if that's what's happening whenever there's that random refresh. That might be what's going on with the random refreshes. That's not good. I need to fix that. I think what I'll do post-stream is I'll restart OBS after the stream and run an update on it. A couple updates, actually. I'll run a couple updates on it, see if that causes that random refresh to stop going, because that's a little problem that I don't like. I would like to resolve that issue ASAP, because that means some things are getting skipped out on. Okay, apparently that dusk wanted to be an orb. Oh hey, below 8, that I didn't even notice we got below 4,000. I got distracted by something. What did I get distracted by? Good job. Y'all are terrible at your jobs, by the way. Goodness sakes. There we go, that's better. That's what I used to do all the time. Try to stop it by whacking it. No, you just gotta get out of the way, that's all you have to do. Nice. Into the wall I go. And back out. I still think it's funny that just yesterday I figured out that the running animation changes depending on whether you're in or out of battle. It probably changes also whenever Sora's in and out of battle. I'll play around with it. If I remember to, I will play around with it. I'm gonna notice a lot of little details. Either that or I'm just gonna shred through everything. I can't wait to find out what the damage caps are for everything. I might have already found the damage cap for Twilight Thorn, unfortunately, back on level 35 when I was messing around with it. It was a sanity check, to be real. It was also a software and hardware check to make sure it could be done. Ow. That's fine, I'm fine. It's funny. Back on level 35, I was like, I'll do a little test fight at level 50, and now that I'm at level 50, I'm just like, you know what? No test fights. I want to see what happens at level 99, just at level 99. I'll be fine anywhere else. Whew. Nice, okay. Alright, 30 minutes in. We've got a little over 1,000. That's good. Good, good, good. We're on top. Actually, kind of way over 1,000. Nope, it's just a little over 1,000 XP because we were at 4,900 and something. We're now at 3,000 and what was it, 600 and something? Yeah. So yeah, about 1,300 XP in. That's pretty good for about 30 minutes in. That's good. Most excellent indeed. getting down to 3,500 and something. That's okay, I can take a 4. Do I want to take a 4? Not necessarily, but it's better than a 0. Much better than a 0. Alright. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. What's funny is when I get down to the 2000-ish XP, that's when it feels the longest. It's that last 2000 XP before the next level that get real, like, long. Well, it's technically the last 3000-ish. That's when it feels like it. As in from 3000 downwards, so 2999 and below is when it starts to chew on you a little. You know what else is starting to chew on me? The hallucinations of bugs. It's not actually a hallucination, it's literally just me thinking that I'm feeling something, and it's probably just a little piece of hair that floated down and decided to poke me. That's it. That's all there is. Come on. Hang on. That's obnoxious, okay. But I have a sinking suspicion that I've encountered another bad batch. And I'm just gonna have to suck it up and either deal with crappy food or just wait for the food to get good again. It sounds silly, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much that can change. Could get some beef to pair with that broccoli in the fridge. That might not be half bad. You'll never guess what almost happened just now. I almost fell asleep again. Why is this activity of all things very just calming? Such a calming thing to go and fight the same 10 folks over and over for a small amount of experience. That's amazing. Gives you a lot of time to meditate and think, which is why I end up rambling about random things, telling little stories, sometimes singing little songs, sometimes practicing my voice impressions, whether they be good or terrible. Sometimes I think about, huh, that's interesting, whenever the game mechanics and animations change. Just those little details. It's fun to focus on them. Get a lot of meditation done just by doing this. I'm just hitting the floor, don't mind me. Trying to mine the floor. It's not going well. Oh, oh my god! Whee! I just randomly started thinking about, like, I remember that one time on a live where I talked about what this might look like, how to translate this into a Minecraft world, and how unhinged it would have to be to work. And then that got me thinking about back in the not early days, but the earlier days of Minecraft, when, like, there were specific mod packs that people would recommend, like the Hexit one. I think about that one a lot. That one lives rent-free in my head. It was a fun mod pack. I used to play around in it in creative. I didn't like having stakes. I just like playing around. It was fun. I would poke around in the big scary towers. Then, if I found one of those dimension doors, I would play around with that. Navigate my way out of hell when I inevitably fell through the void. And then once you fall through the void, that's when you get teleported back. Very fascinating and terrifying experience. Especially when you're in the void hell and have to avoid looking directly at things. Not bad, not bad. I expect to be at 2,900-ish something before the 1 hour mark, which I think is very doable. And if I can push it to below 2,900, that would be even better. I would very much like that. Oh my gosh. Quit your yelling, I'm fine. Alright, there we go. Going out and back in. Oh wait, I don't need damage. Sometimes I forget. And that's when I get wrecked. Yeah. Yep. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again. The day that we start going into level 99, I'm gonna exchange the level counter for the death counter. So every time I die, I will have to pause, I will have to take a moment and update the counter. And it will be hilarious. I think at that point, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do about the overlay shenanigans. Because I could just have the overlays through Stream Overlay. I'm still going to have the overlay for alerts and stuff like that. But I might switch to using the marquee overlay that I can do in OBS directly. Because then I can just edit it faster and then not have to worry about it randomly breaking. I mean, it'd survive if it randomly broke, but, you know, reliability and all. No, those are 4s. That's okay. Would have liked to not do that, but hey, it is what it is. You know what also is what it is? My need for hydration. Holy shit. Your girl needs her water. Not a moment sooner, good heavens. Actually, it's not a moment later would be more apt. And we're having fun with 4s again. Okay. Why do we not want to have 4s? What's going on here? What's going on? I think I got a little too comfortable with being able to whack things and not have to take damage. Take damage? Hang on. Take a damage. There we go. Got there in the end. Alright, so if I get approximately 40, it'll be 3,018. That's good. Could have hit below 3,000 if I hadn't squandered it, but that's okay. That's okay. It's part of the experience. The experience is to level grind and contemplate life's many great mysteries, including but not limited to purpose, drive, and there's a bunch of other ones. But there we go, 3,018, right on the dot. Getting ever so closer to the next level. And yep, based on time, we will certainly be able to do it. Perfect. Whee! Why they do what they do, yeah. We're talking about dusks, because I've always been fascinated by the idea. I keep talking about this on other streams, but I always wonder what was the process of designing the dusks. Because they're fascinating little guys. Like, look at them. They're flipping around. They're doing all sorts of things. Sometimes they sync up, sometimes they don't. Proximity slightly changes their patterns of attack. Look at that. That one decided to do a little bit of hopping around before going for the attack, while the other just went straight in for it. And I didn't even have to trigger reversal to do it. Or like with these three, if I move far back enough, at least, yep, there we go. They're all doing different moves to get closer. One does a front flip in the air like a ball. I also appreciate the tiny detail that is kind of like hard to notice in the middle of everything, but you can see the sort of the running lights stripes along the edges of them. You can see those little running lights kind of flickering throughout the fight. It's such a fascinating thing. It's so magical to look at. Yeah, the other day I was trying to figure out how to set off specific animations based on proximity. I still haven't figured it out, and I wonder if it's related to, like, Roxas's physical position. Like, if I do this, what will they do? But they always change position, so it's hard to say. Ow. Ow. Okay, interesting. I've used reversal on ones going upside down, and that usually turned them into paper. I gotta be careful of how often I play around with their animations, though. Don't want to lose 40 to 80 XP of progress. Come on, bring it on. That's interesting. Wonder why they did that. Yeah. That's so funny. Honestly, yeah, they do look like they're wearing little onesies. I am so surprised that Square, I know Kingdom Hearts merch is like kind of not, well, it's not non-existent, it's just not used very often. I'm just super surprised that there's not merch specifically like a Dusk onesie or something like that, because that'd be pretty cool. They especially could have done it if they had done that back in 2005 or 6 when KH2 released, like when it first released, that would have been a pretty good market. Shoot, they could just do hoodies with these easily. Yeah, they definitely do. I think they've partnered with some, but like for like extra fancy fashion, maybe. They've partnered a couple times, but it's just like there's untapped markets here. There would be this, like a hoodie based off of a Dusk would definitely sell like crazy at a Hot Topic for sure. Or other equivalent. I can't remember if they've done a hoodie based on, not Dusks, the Little Shadow Heartless or not, but that one would also sell like crazy. I'm trying to remember if they have done that or if there was like an off-brand thing that did that. Yes, exactly. If the Nobody's Head sigil was on the like the top of the hoodie, that would be sick. Yeah. And people would go crazy for if the zipper was there, because you ever see those hoodies that have the zipper that goes all the way up to the top of the hood? Like, it doesn't just stop at the bottom at the neck of the jacket, it zips in like on the hood as well. Like, people would go nuts for like a zipper there. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I've seen a Shadow themed hoodie. I've seen somebody cosplay as a Shadow though. It was really funny because it was at a convention, and like I had a Keyblade in hand. I just bought like a prop Keyblade, and then I pointed at them, they pointed at me, and then I held the Keyblade, and then we both laughed. It was really funny. Yeah, like a sleeping bag hoodie. Really funny. Okay, I'm at the top. For some reason, my brain was like, okay, now one more platform. One more platform, and I get to the top. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also thinking about how Nomura is very much into fashion. Like, he kind of dresses kind of like his Kingdom Hearts characters. And I'm just like, Nomura would totally be down for this. Square needs to get on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Keyblades are so flippin' cool. Lightsabers. I miss my old lightsaber. I had the one from like the Revenge of the Sith era. That was like, it was clear on the like the laser lightsaber end, like the actual sword blade. It was clear, so then if you pressed a button, it would change the lights would switch from red to blue, so you could switch between light side and dark side. It was really funny. And then one of my siblings had Obi-Wan's lightsaber from, I think it was from the prequel era. not area. And then another sibling had Yoda's lightsaber. That same sibling with the Yoda lightsaber also dressed as Yoda for Revenge of the Sith and dueled somebody dressed as Vader and won at the premiere. It was so funny. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where it is or if it's still among the living somewhere in the house or if it's gone because, you know, time. Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. It's a fun story cuz he was the only Yoda there. Yeah, it was a blast for him and his friends at that premiere. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That is super awesome. Going to the premiere just as Vader. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I miss when midnight premieres were a thing. It's been such a long time, but midnight premieres were so fun. I went to the one for both Deathly Hallows films way back then, and it was pure chaos. People were like chilling in tents in line outside the theater. I think there was like news media that showed up to like interview a couple of people. It was great. And the line like wrapped around the back of the cinema. I got picked up early from school to get in line. It was so funny. Oh man. I'm trying to remember when the last time there was a midnight premiere, but I don't think people do that I don't think theaters do that anymore. Yeah. Oh, nice. I also remember when there were midnight book launches, book releases, too. Gosh. I'm trying to remember the last time I've been to a theater, too. When was it? Was it for the Barbie movie? Yeah, it was for the Barbie movie. I haven't been to a theater since the Barbie movie. Before that, I think it was Rise of Skywalker, and then before the pandemic started, the last movie I saw in theaters was Sonic the Hedgehog. Gosh, that was so much fun. That was a blast. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's probably why it's the case. Everything just gets trotted over to streaming. I'm doing a quick peek at the screen. Oh, and there I go into the wall. I wasn't looking at the screen I was supposed to be looking at. I was keeping an eye on on the YouTube side of the live stream. I saw it blip a little bit earlier today, so I'm trying to see if there's a correlation between shenanigans. Yeah, same. I have a DVD copy of the second film and I haven't seen the third one, but I need to get on that. There's so many movies I haven't watched in ages. Or at all. Shoot, I have like 3 films that I haven't actually properly watched, and I just have DVD copies of them because I'm like, I know I want this in my collection. Yeah. Yeah. Like I've been hearing. Yeah, exactly. I've been sleeping on a lot of films too. I'm just like, I need to stop experiencing films vicariously through other people's clips. I just need to go and watch the films myself. It's way more enjoyable and way more magical that way. And it's a heck of a lot worth more time than, like, scrolling on any sort of short form, like YouTube Shorts or TikTok or something like that. It's definitely worth more of my time to have, like, a full film experience and stuff. Like, I've been hearing a lot about Project Hail Mary, and I'm like, man, I kind of actually now want to watch it, but now that means I'm gonna need to go to a theater, and theaters scare me and are expensive, and god dang it. One of these days I'll just go. Every once in a while I just need to go. Just jump in, do it. Oh, hey. Right on the hour mark as planned, I am below 2900 XP. Perfect. I am on pace. Funny enough, there's like a DVD copy of the animated version of Lord of the Rings, which is aggressively rotoscoped and looks kind of a little bit cursed. If you've ever seen stills of the films, it looks a little bit cursed. I still haven't watched it yet. I bought the DVD ages ago. I still haven't watched it. It was also a really fun conversation that I had with somebody at a Walmart bargain bin, one of those big box stores with a bunch of random stuff there, a big old department store. There's like a bargain bin of DVDs in the entertainment section, and you can just pick through it. There's a bunch of older films, and one of them was the animated version of Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, oh, I've got to get this one. And there it sits, waiting for me to actually watch it. One day I'll do it, and it'll be fun. It'll be lots of fun. Oh, those are 4s. I need to unblip the shenanigans. I'm gonna put down the controller and take damage on purpose so then I can drink my water. Perfect. Sometimes I just have to put the controller down, it's so silly. Whee! Whee! That reminds me, back in the day, when I still played the flute, this was in middle school, which puts me in the ages, this is at the time, this is an old story, so I was like 12 to 14 during middle school, that's how you range translate. So, one of the years in band, we played the Indiana Jones theme, and it was lots of fun. I don't have any of the musics because we were supposed to return it at the end of the year. I forgot to return a lot of music over time, and then I finally surrendered it back. Good times. Good times. Also, I accidentally kept one of the songs from like 6th grade. And when one of our teachers was like, well, let's play through some of the songs that you guys already have. And I suggested that one, and everybody was like, are you freaking serious? You still have that thing? I still had the sheet music. I finally returned it. It was so funny. It was also one of my favorites. I enjoyed it. It's a freaking miracle that... It's an absolute miracle that we managed to play that. It was just for in class, a little bit of practice. And then, of course, there was the standard, if you ever get a chance, look up Annie music on YouTube. Any of them will do. Annie music 1 or 2, I think. Those are really cool. It's like animated instruments, and the music is synced up to those. It's incredible to watch. We watched those on days off, and we also, I think one particular year, we actually watched a musical. It's The King and I. That's the one. We watched the musical of The King and I. It was a very interesting musical. I'm like, huh. Because my experience with that story was through the adaptation with Jodie Foster and Chow Yun-fat in the adaptation called Anna and the King. Fun fact, that was one of Tom Felton's other early roles as a wee lad. He was also in the movie The Borrowers. Fun facts there. Wee. Okay. Nope, I need to not touch the controller for a second so then I can actually get some damage in. There we go, much better. Alright, cool. Now we're starting into getting numbers that are closer to time that we're familiar with. Huzzah. Current year. Oh, man. Getting closer and closer to below 2,000. This is when I start getting a little bit antsy before the next level. What's extra funny is that... Oh! Holy crap! I've experienced a time dilation. Shoot. That was only 4... Oh my gosh. That's impressive. Okay. Man, I love me some time... It sounds silly, but I love me some time dilation where the accordion stretches out and slows it down, so then everything goes way faster. Get a lot more out of my time. It sounds silly, but if you've ever experienced a time where like an hour just takes for freaking ever, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or when you're doing something and then you're like, oh shoot, it's already time's up. Alrighty. Let's make it count. Perfect. 2 swings and I'm already taking them out. Perfect. Dang, I got through those fellas way fast. Faster just in time for the HP orbs to despawn. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Alright, there we go. Excellent. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit more damage there. Nice. Perfect dodge, and got him. That reminds me, I need to figure out how to access a copy of my save file to be able to duplicate it. Because I think it'd be a really funny level 99 speedrun file. Just unleash it. The only con would be that it would have to be a, I mean, technically, one could make one of those hacked files or something like that. But to just have a legitimate, long, flippin' file with the game time of hundreds of hours on it would be the funniest thing. And be able to transfer that file. Because I think there's a way to... There's gotta be a way to do it. I'm sure of it. There's gotta be a way to copy a save file to be able to transfer it over to another PS4. Because could you imagine unleashing a level 99 file like this onto like GDQ? That'd be funny. It caused some weird strats though. And the problem is someone else would have to make... There would have to be 2 more save files. One for magic and one for the sword. Although the abilities thing wouldn't necessarily be a problem. Maybe? I'd need to... Maybe I should hop into a speedrun forum and be like, hey, is the choice of, like, sword, staff, or everything for... Like, what specifically is it for? Is it for, is the standard choice of... Can't remember which one it is. But is it for ability's sakes? Because if it's for ability's sake, that would mean that it does not matter at that point what choice you made. If you're at level 99, you've maxed out the levels. Like, what that's gonna do. It's probably not going to do as much as... Yeah. Okay, that's something to think about. What do you think, my puppy? She says, I would like some attention, please, actually. I will oblige, of course. Because as I always say, it is good to give your puppies attention. Yay! I love how I'm just chilling as I'm getting ever so closer to the next level. I'm gonna start overestimating how much XP I have. I'm getting... This is when my math starts to get really goofy, because I get way too overexcited about getting to the next level, and then I start thinking, oh wait a minute, I'm this close, I'm so close. It's like, nope, No, you are not. You are not as close as you think you are, you goofball. But this is also the part where I start doing math, so let's do some. Once I take out this last one. Alright, 1630. So, that is a total of 204? Yes. Technically 204 dusks until the next level. Okay, and at a rate of 10, that would be... well, that's at 80. Yeah, 204 dusks. So divide that by 10, that'd be about 20 back and forths, provided I do the full 80 for all of them. Which is not always gonna happen. That's just how it goes. I can sure make it happen, though. Alright, we should be down... yeah, 204. Yep, 204. Well, now it's 202, but that's besides the point. 1 and 200, and... yeah. Perfect. A little bit more damage. Perfect. So theoretically, I should be down to, what is it, 194? 194 remaining. Because 1 goes into that. Leftover is 7, 75, 9 times 8 is 72, yep, 9. And then the leftover of that, is that 78, I said? Let me take a look at that again. Nope, 75, so that's 330 left over, yep. Yep-a-rooney. It is indeed 194, and theoretically it should be 184. Again, provided I do this segment correctly. Just assume if I get all 8s that it's going to be, the number remaining is going to be down by 10. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I've got to be careful when I start doing math, because otherwise I get a little too focused on the mathematics and start stressing a little bit. It's always it's a fine line. It's a fine line to prevent insanity. 1470, 14, 8. 8 and 6 is 14, 6 and 6, 7, okay. 3 left over, yep, 30, okay, yep, 184. I just have to retain the number long enough to stay in my head so then I can do all the mathematical calculations. Just a wee bit of long division and that's all it takes. Alright, we are 1 hour and 18 minutes into the session. At least according to the Twitch timer, which is probably wrong. No, it is not. Nope, nope. Well, now it's 1 hour and 19, but that's besides the point. At the time that I had said it, it was a 1 hour 18. Okay, gonna need to take some damage here. Perfect. I'm assuming that said 1390. Yep. Nice. Interesting. So as long as it ends in 0, I know for a fact that I have gotten a total of 80 XP. This is useful information. Got a total of 40 XP right there. Yep, just as planned. Which means if I get another 40 with these 5, yep, should end on a 10 instead. There's 1334. Excellent. Hey puppy, you doing good? Doing good? I gotta address the dog whenever she passes me. Me. Suddenly I have a bloody nose apparently. I don't actually. It just tends to happen when you're trying to speak and then suddenly words get all jumbly. You know what I've noticed? I don't know when I stopped, but the accent thing has certainly stopped recently. Interesting. I wonder why. What has changed here? Maybe I should learn to make gravy. Make some good mashed potatoes and gravy. That'd be pretty sick. That sounds really good, actually. Make some mashed potatoes instead of, oh, but then I'd have to make milk to get them to taste good. And the way that I make mashed potatoes, I like to put almond milk with them. Because I like the little extra spice I get with the almond milk. If I'm using the powdered milk and making that for baking, it's fine. Or for cooking it at high temps, but... Oh wait, maybe I could pull it off. I could pull it off. I just need to know... Yeah, no, wait. I could try. It's worth a shot. I can make mashed potatoes with that and find out whether or not I'm gonna get nuked by my own hubris. Oh, that's a 4. Got nuked by my own hubris in a different way. What am I looking for? I'm clearly looking for something. I'm gonna take some damage. Oh, okay. That's cool. We're fine. Everything is going according to plan. See? All according to plan. Alrighty, let me do a little shuffling to make sure that that works. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed. I had to do a mild adjustment on something, and it was adjusted, and now it's fine. It was a software thing. It was driving me nuts. Just Speaking of driving me nuts, goodness sakes. Just the small power of a couple of Orbeez can make a loud, annoying siren stop. I've said this before, but it sounds like a guinea pig sounding the alarm. When I was growing up, we had we had some guinea pigs for a little while. And sometimes they would go, basically the low health siren, all I think of are guinea pigs. I don't think, oh my gosh, I'm dying. I'm like, what guinea pig is upset right now? What's going on? They're so cute too. They're sweet little things. Maybe. I don't know, it's been a while. It's been a long time. Long time. I remember some of the things that, specifically my mom would do to make sure that we weren't, like, bored. We would go to the park, like, when we weren't, in school yet. We'd go to the park, we would visit the pet store to see all the cute animals. What else would we do? We'd volunteer at an animal shelter, walk dogs. What else? What other crazy things would we do? We'd like to go, we'd go lots of places. Shoot, we'd just wander the mall and not necessarily like buy anything, but just window shop, just look at things. And be like, wow, this is really cool. It was a fun little thing to do growing up. That was when Mickey D's was a treat. It was a huge deal to get a Blizzard. I would always get the M&M. Oh, it's not a Blizzard, it's a McFlurry. Can y'all tell I'm a little more Dairy Queen pilled these days? But it would be the M&M's one. There would be M&M's in it. Nowadays I just go over to DQ. Get myself a Blizzard and that delicious 4-piece chicken basket with the toast. The toast is so freaking divine every time. That sounds really good, actually. I would love some. Oh man, I wouldn't necessarily kill for some toast, but that sounds really damn good right about now. Some toast. I'm probably hungry again. Damn it! Why am I always hungry on stream? This is not the time to get distracted by hunger, but unfortunately, I do feel the power of hunger. God dang it. And to be fair, I've only eaten like 2 meals today. I'm in that weird state where I just don't want to eat anything. Nothing seems enjoyable, which is really annoying because there is in fact food at home. I can put food together right the heck now. And for some reason my brain is like, we don't have food. And I'm like, excuse me? It's like, nope, nothing's appetizing. Nothing is appetizing anymore. I personally think my brain's still throwing a fit about the availability of a specific type of meatballs. It's so ridiculous, but it's such an important thing. It can make or break. And I can't have them spicy because I am too pasty for that. I can handle I can handle spices. I can't do spicy. Hot food, no thank you. I can put spices in my food. I freaking love putting paprika in my food. That's some good stuff. I put like, I think there was a couple of times where I actually pissed off a couple of people one time when I was making some food. Because I put so much paprika in it that they could smell it from the other room. And they're like, why are you like this? And I'm like, it's good food. I like my spices, damn it. So now it's a rule. Every time I cook with garlic, I have to open the windows in the kitchen. Oh, I just thought of this. I don't know how I'd be able to do this on like the gas grill. I mean, I could just use the skillet grill instead. Is it a skillet grill? God dang it. But I could use that instead. I was thinking about burgers again. Except this time I put minced garlic on the burgers. That would be so freaking good. Holy crap. That'd be awesome. Oh, I don't want to eat the same thing today, but if I try to cook anything else I try to cook will not work. No, wait, I think I have a solution. It's just not a permanent solution. It's not the best solution, basically. But it is a fast solution, and I might take that because I need to do a couple of things in the next few minutes. So I'm gonna take out these 3, preferably to get 24 XP out of them, which means I need to put down the controller and just let myself take damage. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let myself take damage. Perfect. Really? Y'all are doing terribly at your jobs, by the way. That's much better. Now you're making me worried. Perfect. Alright, and I need to get the last one because the last one despawned. Come here. Come here. Come and get me. Come and fight me. Okay. Alright, perfect. 850. Nice. Nice indeed. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, we're not done yet. I'm just gonna take a moment to take care of a couple of things. I'm gonna pop it onto the status, despite the fact that I'm gonna give you a be right back screen. Alright, I will be right back. You know, chat, I have a great idea. You know what that idea is? It's making sure that we can chat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Now, as long as I hear the music in the background, that lets me know that y'all can still hear me, and I can just mute up if needed. Bada bing, bada boom. And in this way, I can continue chatting away while the music plays. Let me check if the jug is done. Nope, the jug is not done filtering, but your girl needs her water, so she's gonna do a magic trick that is also a crime against all humanity. Let me just do a little shuffling, and like a glove. This is so stupid, but I am an impatient woman. And it's working. That's all that matters. If it's stupid and it works, is it really stupid? I don't think so. Alright, water acquired. I will no longer die. But that also means that I need to refill the water jug. Specifically the filter. Preferably not with hot water. Maybe I should babysit it, actually. There we go. Perfect. I'm being a thief. And by thief, I mean I'm stealing some popcorn from a bag. Actually, let me mute up for that. Y'all just didn't need to hear the loud popping of cardboard and glue being severed. The things I do to survive. This is not a survival technique. This is probably way more time than it would have taken just to preheat the oven. But, like I said, I have already long since committed to getting to the next level, so it's happening regardless. I don't care how long it takes. It's going to happen. You know, there's something really funny about the guitar songs that I tend to put together, is that they are always 4 count, and they always have the same 3 notes repeating over and over. And then I just add either a melody or some other thing on top of it. And that's all it takes. Maybe a little bit of percussion here and there. But yeah. 2 quarter notes and a half note. That's all it takes. I'm gonna turn up my volume so I can hear this better. Oh, Christ. I think I forgot what popcorn is supposed to do. It's supposed to pop. I think I've christened a popcorn box, technically, by doing this. Funny enough, I actually once had lyrics for this. I don't remember what they are. It's a long intro, too. I can only imagine the number of pops y'all are hearing right now. I should come up with more songs for the Be Right Back screen. Alright, let me do some mild adjustments to ensure that I don't make a mess. And switch us back over to the console. Nice. Most excellent. We are now officially back to the grind. We only have 800 and something to go. Woohoo! Apologies in advance. I may pause at intervals to eat obscene amounts of popcorn because I am hungry. I am very, very hungry. Your girl hasn't eaten since like 2 p.m. or something like that. Or was it noon? See what I mean? I can't even tell anymore. Point is, I need to eat. It's been hours. Okay, we are not doing the death. Okay, that's too much health back now. Perfect. And one of the pieces just fell. I need to focus. At least I'm not doing a no-death run. That ship has already sailed a long time ago. Plus, I don't think I could emotionally do it. I live vicariously through one of my friends who did an undefeated run of KH1. Boy, oh boy, was that intense. It was extra funny during the finale. Because one of our other friends was playing the PS2 version, so he couldn't skip the cutscenes. And it was really, oh my gosh, it was such a funny thing. I was coaching my friend through the entire boss fight, because I might kind of suck at the game, but I can, as long as I'm not actively holding the controller, I can focus pretty good and like keep an eye out for things that might not be noticeable in the heat of the moment. So we managed to get through. Our other friend who's on the PS2 version of KH1 dies, has to go through the whole thing again. It sucks. And so while we were done, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna help coach him through this thing, and I helped coach him through. Part of him was panicking, and once I was like, don't shout, just don't yell. You'll be fine. Once he stopped yelling, he was able to panic. Not panic. Well, by yelling, I mean being like, ah, that sort of thing. I think it was a little bit more scared sounding. But hey, it was a fun little experience there. It was a lot of fun. Oh gosh. Those college days in that dorm hall was so funny, because like one side of the room was all guys and the other side of one side of the hall was all guys, one side of the hall was all girls. And then between the floors there were like sort of like a shared common space. Yeah, common space. And so sometimes groups of us would get together, someone would plug in their Switch, and when Smash Ultimate came out, everybody worked together to help like unlock the characters. I won one of the battles and ended up being one of the people to do the unlocking the character, and I accidentally yeeted myself off as Luigi. It was so funny. It was the only time I won a fight. It was so freaking funny. It was a grand old time. Such fond memories. Ow. I love how the moment the popcorn breaks out, I immediately lose focus. But my gosh, I needed that food. Hey, 3 6s instead of 4. Fancy that. We got the 4 6s last stream. We got the 3 6s this stream. Think we'll get 2? I don't know. That'd be magical, but I'm not gonna hold out hope for it. I'm not gonna actively seek it. I want to get to the I want to get to the next level. Which we should certainly be able to do. In my self-imposed allotted time. Okay, we're all being basketballs? Okay. Perfect, thank you. Excellent. Yay! Progress. Nice. I just remembered a tune, but I only remember the sort of quote-unquote parody lyrics that were pulled from a TV show where one of the characters climbed to the top of a tree to try to save it from being cut down. I don't remember the actual original lyrics. I think it was about a volcano. Smoky. I'll have to double check. We'll double check once I take out these 3. I need a little more damage though. Ow. I mean, that works. Ow. You know what? Fine by me. That's fine. That works. In fact, it's so perfect that now I can look. Ah, it is Old Smoky. Oh, okay, Gene Autry. Okay, there was a Gene Autry performance, but it is written down by English folklorist Cecil Sharp. He made... Interesting. Interesting. The more you know. Oh my gosh. Interesting. Fascinating. I'm learning lots today. One of these days, I will find a way to be able to safely do searches for random things so then I can share the searches on stream. What I could do is do the search and then drag it onto the screen. I think that's the best course of action, is drag it onto the screen once it's ready. Yeah, I can make that work. I can adapt. If I didn't eat, I'd be done by now, but I am a hungry person. Call me Eurydice because I'm a hungry young girl. Little Hadestown reference there for you. Although at this point, I'm an adult. I make lots of decisions for myself. Including financial ones that could either be good or bad for me. Like groceries and paying taxes. How slow. Oh, and there goes that. Count that as 2 musicals involving Julie Andrews, where I like both of the songs, which is Mary Poppins and Sound of Music. Only con of popcorn is that sometimes the kernel thing tries to get in between your teeth. And oftentimes in the most inconvenient groove of the teeth. But I floss, so doesn't matter. As long as I can get it out, I'm fine. One of the things that I find really funny is if you put your PS4 in rest mode, it doesn't matter if you take the disc out and put it back in. It will preemptively load whatever it is that you put in. It retains the memory. So like for example, when I returned the KH 1.5 2.5 disc to the console, it remembered that I had KH2 selected. It wasn't at the top. Whereas, if I shut down the console entirely, it would be a different story. And I have discovered this repeatedly, because every time I start on a Star Trek disc, the first time I put the disc in, it starts up normally. But any subsequent time that I start up the disc and put it on my PS4, run the DVD program, it immediately jumps into an episode. It immediately jumps into the first episode on the disc. It is the funniest thing ever. It is a little annoying, but I'm used to it. I'm just like, oh, that's a fascinating trick. One of these days I'll test it out on another DVD. Trying to figure out which one I would test it out on though. And I wonder if it's just the case with the Star Trek DVDs or if it's with all the DVDs. I gotta know. These are questions in the universe that must be answered. There is a memory capacity in here. I mean, shoot, when I don't turn off the DVD player all the way, it starts right back up. And if I don't double stop the DVD, it doesn't stop the show all the way. It just plays it from where it left off. So there's like a small amount of memory being retained there. I don't think I ever finished that movie. I was thinking of the Barbie movie that involves a dragon. I'm trying to remember if I actually ever finished watching it, but I don't think I ever did. Shame. I just remember the cute little sleepover DVDs and VHS tapes, the video cassette tapes that used to be made. Where the characters would talk to the viewer and like play out a little slumber party. It was like a great way to organize a slumber party. I think they still do that with some things. Or like a happy birthday thing. I've seen a couple of those on Netflix. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. That might be like a 90s, 2000s thing, early 2000s thing, late 90s, mid 90s? I need to double check actually. Don't know why that specific tune keeps popping in my head. I'd like it to stop. Meanwhile, those two are doing a synchronized floor routine for gymnastics. Sad to say, I had to interrupt it. Yeah, we definitely would have leveled up by now if I hadn't distracted myself, but I had to get water and I had to get food. You know what the best thing is? I've been playing with just one hand on the controller the entire time. I only need about 2 or 3 fingers. This is probably not the case for everything else, but for this particular purpose, I only need like 2 or 3. One to control the actual joystick and the other to press the triangle and X buttons as needed. And the jump button. Sometimes you gotta do a little jump. Uh-oh. Time loop. That happens time to time. It used to happen a lot more where I'd just go back and forth like 3 or 4 times and I'm like, girl. I think it's because I kept holding down the walking towards the camera button. Which indeed would be a factor. Here we go. We're getting down to the final 10 dusks. Not quite yet, though. We still gotta take out, these 2. Wait, there's 102, there's 94. Okay. So, 14 XP until a flat 80. So, yeah. Perfect. Got 70 XP remaining. And if I got a 4, I would get the 66. What do you think, chat? Do you think I should go for the 66? I'm gonna go for the 66. Screw it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. Nope, didn't happen. That's okay. I missed my opportunity by not getting, more HP back. To be fair, I had a feeling when I looked at the HP bar, I'm like, yeah, that's half or less. I was right. Nice, perfect. Solid execution. We're bringing it home. 14 left. We're about to hit the next level. Right on time. That is perfect. And done. We have officially hit level 51. Now if I could just take this fella out. 32,000. Wow. We have 32,000 till the next one. Let's go. Meanwhile, I'm just aggressively crunching away at my food. Alright, let's make that modification. We are now at level 51. Yay! Hopefully it's saved and passed through. Okay, I gotta refresh the overlay because it's throwing a fit. And... yes! Alright! Perfection! Ow! And a hiccup and a half. Alright. Well, let's go for a victory lap or two, shall we? How many is that now? 32,390. It's not bad. It's a perfect day to level grind. And then some. This popcorn is actually absolutely perfect for this. And now I'm in the state of, I don't necessarily care if I get 4s, but it'll be nice to get 8s, basically. Alright, interesting. This is definitely not a divisible by 8 moment. It's like 2 off from everything divisible by 8. Frightening. Oh, I took him out. That was fast. And go out and away. Alright. One more for prosperity. Perfect. Second round of a victory lap. Let's go. Hey, whatever it takes to get me ever so closer to the next level a little early on. But that is... it is 7 or 8 sessions before level 52. Yay! That is basically a whole month's worth of sessions, by the way. Because if it's 2 per week. Whenever I get done with 0.2, I could also do a 3rd session on a Thursday just to really shake things up. It's nice to do that every once in a while. Keeps the legs moving. Quickens the pace a little. Because Mondays and Tuesdays, I guarantee they're gonna be a level session. But Thursday's allowed to be a wild card. Once I get to level 99, though, man, Thursday alone might still be a wild card day. It'll be fun. To be fair though, once I get to level 99 and progress with the story, it's probably gonna feel a lot more up and fast paced. Pop. I also want to be 100% sure that I've actually taken up 2 hours of in-game time. Because it's different than the 2 hours of actual stream time. 32,222, nice. Oh, that's a 4, that's okay. Alright, and there we go. That's a pretty good number, 3,266. That's not too bad, right? Right? I'm just like, how far can I push this for myself? Alright, that's enough. Yep, that's plenty. We're doing great. And I didn't accidentally delete the save file, which is always good. Always a plus. Look at the stark difference. About 2,000, less than 2,000 money, actually. But look at that. Beautiful. Alrighty. That is going to do it for the stream today. I hope you all enjoyed, and cheers to everyone who got to see that I got to level 51. If you want to continue following this crazy journey, you can hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, the follow button if you're on Twitch, and you can also follow me on my socials. I have a Twitter, a Blue Sky, and a Tumblr. They are all the same username, at YellowFang42. If you follow me on those, not only will I post about when I'm going live, but also when I also post about silly and serious things. I appreciate you all watching or stopping by, and I hope you have a good rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Here is your end stream screen card. See you on Thursday with more 0.2 Birth by Sleep. Have a good one. Bye!